Mayang buntag, mayang hapon, mayang gabi, no matter where you are in the world. I even got sound. Yeah, after my initial problems with sound and all that, I double check now. Anyways, we are back. We're doing a live stream today. That Chana and Cindy will be here shortly, hopefully, probably, maybe. The Yeah, that's why I try to do these about this time. It should be about 8:30 in the morning for you. Uh that this is real close to the time that I did the walking live streams in Cebu. But I just modified it for where I'm at now. That time frame kind of seems to work well for most of the viewers that I have or that come on here frequently for me. But the fourth was 180 days back in Phoenix. That it's actually, where is it? 190 days in Phoenix as of today. Uh, hey, Mr. David, how you doing today? Hey, Brandon, how you doing? That we're talking about going up to the Pumpkin Festival in Dewey at Herkimer Farms or something like that on Sunday. Uh, but it's been an interesting 6 months that this has been built. We got the trailer that Cindy is named Starry. We've gotten Santan, the Santa Fe, the Hyundai Santa Fe. Cindy's got a new job. Uh, we're hoping China will like the festival or at least be somewhat interested. And she's always been called Pumpkin because of her birth date, and so we thought it'd be kind of cool to take Pumpkin to a pumpkin festival. Uh, but a lot's happened with us in the last 6 months, and most all of it good. Some of it less than positive, but most all of it's pretty good. That we managed to get China's social security card since we got back. Uh, we had started the process in the Philippines, but they recommended finishing it out here in the US, that it would be just a lot easier for us to do it that way. And so we were able to get that done right after we got back. Uh, China's now an official tax paying, tax deduction citizen. That actually came in handy on our taxes this year. Uh, oh, very. Where exactly is Happy Jack? That we're probably going to go out to Lake Pleasant next weekend. Uh, some friends of Cindy's is doing oh, very cool. That we need to hook up and go camping one weekend. Uh, some friends of Cindy's are doing a late birthday, September birthday. I guess there's a couple other of her Filipino friends that have birthdays in September. And so Saturday is going to be some big party for everybody. There's one lady, the lady that watches Chana, she's real good about organizing stuff like that. My brother-in-law had one and offered uh, my father, and my father had him on his. I thought about it, It's a portable solar panel. It's not one that's permanently mounted, which has got some pros and cons. Uh, and we just decided against it. Well, we're still kind of doing a shakedown on this one. We've got a lot of the stuff. The Labor Day weekend helped a lot on getting organized and figuring out what we needed. There we go.
So bright for you there. Hi.
Our gift stars. And she even brought a Filipino broom.
I need to sweep the floor. You see that?
I emptied the paper shredder, and
You get China.
it looked like an explosion at a confetti factory.
With China here, she keeps putting stuff.
There we go. Can you say hi, everyone? Yes, she has. And she can see herself, so she's happy. She thinks it's a mirror. That yes, Cindy's sweeping up. That I guess China found a couple of the papers, the paper slips, and thought they might actually taste pretty good. So she gave them a try.
Good.
But overall, we're very happy with being back in the U.S. There's some silliness going on, without question. Her corporate work life is stereotypical American corporate life. Most days, the remote gig is really cool. Some days it's a job. There's a reason why work is a 4-letter word. Our income, because of that, is dramatically increased, obviously. But also our expenses dramatically increased. We've got 3 major payments now that 2 vehicles in this place that we're paying off. So that's not the greatest. Monday she goes down Monday and signs paperwork for full-time and permanent and all this good rot. After what, 5 months?
Yeah, promotion.
After 5 months of promotion and a little bit better money. So, without mentioning a dollar amount, have you figured out how much it's going to be here?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I have an idea, but I just.
we don't know exact figures yet. We get a ballpark, but it's definitely more than she's getting currently. But so, what's your biggest takeaway from 6 months? I guess that's her biggest takeaway. What's your biggest takeaway from 6 months in the U.S.?
I'm getting a lot better though. Okay.
You're getting a lot better.
Yeah. Adjusting.
Oh, it was a tad bit of an adjustment coming back for her, and it was for me too. I really, truly wish the Philippines would have opened up a lot more. Mine could be you, JoJo. That
Sorry.
prices have been coming down a little bit, but not a lot yet. Fuels came down a little bit. It came down a fair amount, and then started to go back up. So that was kind of the biggest thing that caught both of us off guard is the the price increases since we left. That When we left, gas was 2 something a gallon. When we came back, it was almost $4 a gallon. And then it did top over $4 for quite a while. And fortunately, we had some reserves when we came back that we'd managed to save a little bit of money over in the Philippines. So we had a little bit of a nest egg coming back, as well as my income that keeps coming no matter what's going on. And that was a huge saving grace. Our expenses here when we first got back were very minimal.
Sorry. You're good. You're okay.
I'm getting my feet swept up.
That's my job.
I take care of the house. She takes care of the office. I just got to take out the trash periodically, which I did this morning. So I'm good.
Yes.
That we're starting to get routine, but every time we start to get a routine, something happens to where, we're making adjustments. It's been a challenge. And it's still being a little bit of a challenge, but it's getting better. It's getting a lot better. We're starting to get a lot more organized. Any regrets on coming back?
No.
And
No.
any comments?
Actually, wherever you go, it's how you. Wherever you go, it's perspective. It's definitely mindset. So either here in the Philippines or in the US, So
Somebody wants to go.
here, I can put her in the floor now. It's a lot cleaner. Ready? Hold on. Let me just put the.
You done with that? She's starting to teeth again, so that
Using an accident, no problem.
It kind of depends on your definition of cold. We've actually had a really mild summer this year.
Yeah, it's been raining.
We've had a little bit more rain than we've had in quite a while. Still not enough, but we've had a little bit more rain than we've had in quite a while.
Yeah.
And so is it getting cold? Well, it was only 98. I almost did this as a walking live stream, and Cindy and I talked about it. Thought it might be a fun idea. But it was 98, and it was horribly sunny out. So we try to keep Pumpkin out of the intense sun. We're figuring by next week it'll hopefully be under 100 during the days. Weather.com, for what stock you can put in that, is saying that it's gonna be 96, 98 for highs. Wow. Yeah, because Brandon, you're not too terribly far from us. Hey Jojo, how's the internet, cellular internet over in your area? That she wants to, and we're talking kind of heavily about this. Yeah, she's standing by herself. I'm just giving her balance. Cindy would like to try working remotely from Starty and just traveling for a little bit. And so that might be an idea. And that would be the biggest stumbling block. No, no. She likes to grab glasses now. Yeah. she is she is definitely growing.
She does.
And that, to me, that's kind of the biggest change. The biggest cool thing since we've been back is Jana's continued growth. And that
Come on, Chana. Okay.
and that's Brandon, that's something that we've talked about doing, that both of us have T-Mobile, and that's pretty reliable, and they've normally got some pretty good, but also buying a just a dedicated hotspot for Verizon. Oh, you gonna come join us?
Oh, we'll join that picture now.
That
Hold on. What you doing?
my sister, the one we bought the trailer from, that her and her husband made a comment Labor Day weekend. They have been traveling and camping off and on for 50 years now. That they bought their first travel trailer in 1972. And occasionally here in the last few years, that she's taken jobs that could do remote work. And she was saying that was her biggest challenge, is finding places that had good internet, or stable enough, good enough, strong enough internet to provide signal to do live streaming type work. And that would be our challenge with that.
There you go.
Cindy and I have talked about it. She'll, as time progresses, here probably next month or so,
What is that?
she'll go a couple days or a week working on a Starry rig here in our backyard, and that way it'll give her an idea on whether or not it's an environment she would be comfortable doing that kind of work, and how well and how good she would be able to do. If that works out, we'll probably go to a Quartzsite or something like that in January for a week or two, and see if that works. And if that works, then we'll talk seriously about doing a an extended trip. Yeah. Go someplace light for a couple weeks. Let her work, and then when we want to move on, we'll plan how far we can get in a weekend and leave Friday night, and wherever we manage to park on Sunday night, we'll stay for a week or two and just kind of travel around that way. And if it's a week or two, or if it's a month or more, not a big deal. That's why I was asking about the internet in your area, JoJo, that she's never really seen the changing of the leaves. That Smoky Mountains area is amazing. The Adirondacks up in New York State is world renowned for theirs. When we talked before we got started, we actually talked about doing a Airbnb, and those are just horribly expensive at this point. The ones that we could find were $1,500 to $2,000 for a month, and just no, we couldn't justify that. She's getting to be a talker.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi.
I'm not sure if this is
Oh,
missing.
Papa.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just dirty lens or if it's just the way the light's hitting this. And this is something that
Dum, 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 dum.
yeah, I think you guys hit it a little bit after
Okay,
the Northeast does up New England, Mid Atlantic states, because New York, where I'm from, that it's usually mid September is when they hit their peak. Uh, Sometimes it can be as late as October. Sometimes it can be as early September. But yeah, you'll get times where you'll look at these mountains and you'll see thousands of trees and not a single one with a repeated color. That they've got every shade of orange and red that you can imagine. And it's something you've got to see to appreciate, and it's amazing.
Jenna.
There she is.
Uh-oh, what have you done?
Oh.
Uh-oh, what did you do? What did you do?
There we go.
What did you
Somebody
do?
decided to go take a nap.
I'm tired.
There we go.
Working 8 hours and a half today.
And somebody's overplaying.
And she's curling over to this. You going to Papa's? Jenna, you going to Papa?
There you go.
He's coming.
Yeah, that you guys are a little bit after we do. A little bit after the Northeast does. Brandon, you might know a little bit more about this. And I understand Flagstaff has that area up on the Mogollon Rim has some of the changing leaves.
Jenna,
I need to get a secondary camera on this one.
Jenna, what did
She loves tearing off the edges and sit there and play with him.
Yes, Jenna.
A couple of times I've gotten her to go kind of do mock sword fighting with him. That was kind of fun.
Jenna.
She
Ooh.
is a pretty amazing little kid.
Uh-oh.
She's teething again.
Uh-oh, she's biting it. I caught you. I caught you.
We may have to run up to Grand Canyon like mid-October, see if we can get into South Rim and see what those are like. I found out there's a campground up in the North Rim that might be kind of fun to do next spring, next summer. But they close at the 1st of October, so
Mama.
did we go to North? We didn't go to North Rim with Mama and Papa, did we? The last time I can remember being at North Rim was early October, and it was actually snow flurries in the air that they were just shutting down. Going up to Flagstaff is something because I grew up in that weather that it was something that didn't really fascinate me.
We go Sedona and I'll check for the campground in Sedona. I found something last night.
Cindy is in love with Sedona. I guess she found campgrounds up in the Sedona area now. That this fall and winter we plan on trying to do a little bit around the state and get comfortable with setup, tear down, all that fun stuff, and just see where it goes. Before we left, before we left, we actually talked really hard, real hard about doing just exactly that. Is just traveling the states instead of going to the Philippines. Just getting a travel trailer or class A, class A or class C, and just traveling the states.
What you doing?
We looked into it a lot more and realized even at that point it was kind of pricey to do that, and there were some difficulties with it. And we decided the Philippines was more realistic for us at this point, at that point, and we decided to give that a shot. I definitely don't regret going, but it did not turn out in any way to be what either one of us envisioned. But yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Sorry, people. Like I said, I really need to get another camera.
Jenna, what are you doing?
There we go.
Yay!
That was the most amazing thing we brought back, and that definitely made the trip to the Philippines way worth it.
Which one?
Hmm?
Which one?
The little one crawling around on the floor.
Oh. Come on, Jenna.
That I tease people about that. Yeah, that's our best souvenir we've ever brought back.
You're sitting? You're sitting? Come on.
Yeah, she's actually starting to walk and crawl. Yeah, she's starting to learn to walk.
At the same time, crawl.
At the same time, she's learning to crawl.
Everything.
Until she sat up, she never really tried crawling. She always rolled everywhere, and was really content with the rolling.
I know she.
And the way she sets up, she basically gets into a crawling position. And so now she's figured out crawling as well. And so she's starting to pull herself up. We had to drop her crib from bassinet to crib. She was not terribly happy with us over that one. That when she sat up, she was able to look over the edge. That we really didn't mind. When she started to roll and sit up, she realized she could grab the edge and get up on her knees. That one made us nervous because it put her shoulders above the edge. When we saw that she was starting to try and stand up on her own, we said, "Nah, it's got to go down now." And so she was a little less than happy with us. It's got netting to where she can see out, but not. It's looking through some, pretty fine mesh netting, and so it's not terribly clear.
You couldn't grab your teething.
And
Put
so,
in the teething and she. Oh, good job!
something that started last week. She's always liked tearing things apart. You put her blocks in a box, and she'd dump the box or pull them out or whatever. And she'd never put anything back in it. And now she's starting to stack stuff, and she's starting to put stuff in the box. And she's making some pretty amazing progress in figuring things out. This weekend, Cindy went out with some of her friends, and one of them has a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
That's 20.
7 pounds.
That's 27 pounds, and Chana's what, 23?
20 pounds.
21 pounds. The 4-year-old and Chana were about the same height. So that it was kind of interesting and helped us appreciate just exactly how big Chana is and kind of can be. When's her next appointment? Doctor's appointment? Oh, this month?
Next month.
Oh, October? Her birthday? She's on the phone with family. Her next pediatrician appointment is coming up soon. I don't know if I've got it on my phone. But yeah, we're basically loving it here. A lot's gone on. Uh, our roommate that was here the entire time we were in the Philippines, when we came back with Chana and everything, that he and he'd been staying here for 3 years at that point, and he kind of realized that yeah, he needed to get moving. He needed to move on, and we still talk. He came over. He's the one that gave me a hand getting the trailer back in. He's another old driver, so he understood what to look for and all that good stuff. And I was way more confident the first time getting it in here with him than I would have been with Cindy. Uh, yeah, at this point, Cindy's going to get an idea of what it should look like backed in correctly. So I think she'll do a lot better job doing it again. Yeah, those can be a lot of fun, David. I would say break out the jackhammers, but I don't know if you got access to something like that. Breaker bars and a sledge work wonders too. Yeah, good luck with that one. That
Sige ma, tawag kabalikan niya ha.
I,
Sabi daw, tangi sa mga mama. Sorry.
I don't know. Is there anything you guys might want to know about our opinions on what it's like been being back?
Actually, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I think I got a lot of worries before, but I think I'm settling down with China, with friends. Oh, she's standing up. Mama, can I help you? Come on.
Yeah, my son still lives with us. That we've got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and he's staying in
In
the
one
extra.
office room and a trailer. So basically 4.
We're kind of expanding. Before we left, Cindy this spring or 2 years ago this spring, Cindy was using the room he's in is an office.
Yeah.
When the incident first hit and they sent everybody to work from home.
Yeah.
But that was kind of tight. It wasn't the greatest. It was just that she was working out of the closet. We had a couple of file cabinets and an old desktop stuffed in there for a desk. But that's what she did her entire master's degree from. So she was pretty used to doing it. But it still was not an office. Whereas this has been set up as an office from the get-go. It is much more professional looking. Generally, as long as she's washed and combed her hair that day, that she doesn't mind doing video conferencing. I joke about it, but in all honesty, there's some days that it just doesn't happen. One advantage of work from home. But like I say, we're starting to get settled in. Things are starting to get a little bit better situated.
I think I like it to be back here because I got friends that I build here more. I think I'm having a hard time in the Philippines reconnecting with my friends because every time you reach out to your friends, it's like asking for money. So that's the struggle back in the Philippines. Compared to here, like they knock in your door, give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right, Chana? And Chana has food. So I think I just got used to with abundance here in the US and the people, you know what I mean? You okay?
I was just checking to see how well her sound was coming out. That she was actually across the room speaking, but and it was kind of hard leaving in that respect. That you spent 5 years building up friendships and connections that we did. We left, and you were excited about trying to meet some of the people that reconnect with some of the Filipinos that you managed to stay connected with.
It's just hard because they'll borrow you money.
And yeah, that did. It kind of went.
So bad. It's
Yeah, it kind of went south.
I let someone borrow money, but winding up like if you ask them to pay like TY, so I learned my lesson on that.
TY.
Like thank you.
Oh, in other words, good luck.
It hurt me because sometimes you've been friends for so long, and then they demand you like, hey, can you partner a business? Can you invest 100,000? I'm writing out. I'm glad I did not, and I did not talk to you because the business got bankrupt. So I know best before I talk to you.
That and sadly, going back to a home area, that's a reality, and a lot of Filipinos had that same problem. We've got one friend, close friend, that
Is that you? Come on. Did Mama did not pay attention?
Chana's kind of figured out an outdoor voice.
Did Mama not pay attention to you?
I really like the people overall, but yeah, the point Cindy was making, that can get really bad. What I started to say is we've got one mutual friend that they've already said that they'll never go back. That they've had a lot of family issues and a lot of friend issues of expecting and just shy of demanding money and stuff like that, and it's soured them bad enough they don't think they'll ever go back to the Philippines at all. Even the best of Filipinos can be frustrating at times. Uh, I love Papa to no end, but that there can be days that it can be frustrating. And yeah, even some of the people that we met that we made friends, that it can be interesting at times. But so can most Americans, just on a way different level. The guy that used to live here, the one that moved out, that him and I have known each other for 30 years. And there's times that it just gets horribly bad on each other. And I think he saw that coming back. And that's part of the reason why he got out of here. But we'll try and sit down and do a more organized video here in the next week or two about our thoughts and opinions on being back for the last 6 months. Still struggling on getting topics and stuff to do videos. That is one drawback to life in the U.S. There's not a whole lot of topics to do videos on. We've talked about, and it just hasn't come to fruition yet. It just hasn't materialized yet. Kind of one of her favorite sayings, expectation versus reality, of doing marriage, not tips or advice, but just what works for us videos, and doing them on Fridays. So if anybody's got a topic that they think would be good for one of those, definitely message us. That we've done them in the past, not with any regularity, but we have done them in the past, and they seem to be fairly popular. And we kind of enjoyed doing it. and we haven't had we've had a really good marriage, but we've had our ups and downs, like any marriage. We've had some amazingly wonderful, awesome days. We've had some opposite days as well. Uh, and it's you know uh, with any man and woman trying to live together, it's going to be challenging some days. Add in an age difference, add in a cultural difference, yeah, it's going to get really uh, e-ticket roller coaster ride. Now we've got the added bonus of that Cindy's working and that she's doing that Monday through Friday, 8-10 hours a day, uh, and then plus watching Jana. Her and I try to watch as much as I can. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we've got somebody, but uh, it, and that's just exactly it. That's where I was going to go with that one. Is that in the evening she doesn't necessarily go to bed when we want to go to bed.
Jonah, what are you doing
uh,
here?
that she wakes up, and I'm a sound enough sleeper. Yeah, no, not a chance. She'd have to be screaming for 20 minutes to wake me up. But Cindy wakes up the minute she makes any noise, and so Cindy often goes really bad sleep for a couple 3 days. Right now, Jana's teething, and so she wakes up quite often.
Jonah. Oh. Someone needs to lay down.
Communication is huge. That is a major key. Maybe that should be a first video we do. That when she first got here, she'd do kind of a modified tempo, and I had an idea what it was. Didn't quite have a reality on a concept on the reality of what it was, and that now that we had a couple of extremely intense discussions, and it came down to if we talk and communicate, and I know what the problem is, we can work on solving it. But if you're just going to shut down and not say anything, I don't know what the problem is. I can't fix what I don't know. And so we realized that communication. But we both realized communication is a big thing.
Yes.
I tend to project very well my voice, and I tend to be.
Like screen, yeah. It's not sound pleasing.
This is a big thing in the Philippines, is because I can have a rather loud, booming voice at times. I'm not upset. I just speak that way, and it would.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna copy that, JoJo, if you don't mind. You you need to put that on a wall placard. Yeah, yeah, I like that. JoJo wrote out, marriage is like a bowl of mashed potatoes or mashed taters. To become one, you have to peel them, boil them, and mash them together, and then mash and smash it. Oh, it has all those pains, but when it comes together, it's great.
Yeah, agreed. Super.
We can give you our address if you want to do like a really cool Christmas present. I've seen some of your calligraphy; it's amazing. Hint, hint, hint. But yeah, that it's definitely been some interesting times. and it, I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I don't think you would either. Uh the good, the bad, and the ugly. But kind of like your mashed potato analogy. That it all adds up to what it is. It's made it what we are today. Uh, and we've talked about this kind of jokingly, tongue in cheek, when we're in better moods. That with what we've been through, there's not a whole lot that can happen that can really rock it past where it's been rocked. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be some rocking. Just so we don't have quite the fear of capsizing as we used to. But
China, come on over here.
I think someone's looking for a nap.
She pulls. No, she does not stop taking nap yet.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the little one. That I'm gonna grab Chana and I'm gonna go in the house and I'm gonna let Cindy stay out here and take a rather quiet nap.
I like that idea.
And so if I can get the three of us to come together for a minute.
Oh, come on.
She missed her one cue during the entire thing.
See, where did you get that?
Jojo, you and I are friends on Facebook, correct? Message me on Facebook.
You messaged
And I will get that info to you. Message me on Facebook what info you want, and I will get that. I will get everything filled back in for you. Her birthday is coming up on October 30th, and
she'll be one, and
she'll be a whole 1 year old.
She's growing so
And
fast.
so anybody that's in Phoenix, we will keep everybody posted a little bit more as things get together. More than likely, it's going to be at the
park.
Do you remember the name of the park?
Paseo Highland.
Paseo Highlands Park up here at Pinnacle Peak and 35th Avenue.
Near Walmart.
Yeah, it's right there. I don't. The old city dump used to be right there too. But yeah, it's a pretty well known place. Uh-oh. Okay. She's really good about giving stuff. If you ask, can I have?
Can I have? Okay. You're just biting the. Okay.
I'm
just nervous. I clean it. I swept it.
She loves chewing on these things. I don't know how well you can see them, but they're just foam, and so we're terrified of these things falling apart. But from Phoenix,
Mama.
can you say
bye-bye?
Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay. Oh, she bye-bye. Look at that. And you bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
No, she already did once.